Aquarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for June 13th to the 19th, 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Aquarius, this week we're going to try something a bit different. We're going to look at 4 key areas for you. First is going to be yourself, then your relationships, then your work life, and finances. These are the most often asked about areas, so we're going to look at it from that perspective, and then at the end look at the overview and sort of tie it all together. So starting first with yourself, which is seen by your ruler Saturn, retrograde in that 10th house. There's a lot of reflection, I think, about your career and about what you're cultivating with your career productive life. And that's good. It's good to be adaptive. It's good to be flexible, try new things, see how it goes. And this week, though, Saturn is going to be squaring up to Neptune. So you guys, along with those Capricorns out there who are ruled by Saturn, this is the time of working on yourself spiritually and really developing yourself here. This has been going on since November, but I think this week there's going to be some awareness about self because Neptune's going to go retrograde in your first house, which can sometimes reduce the effects of that Neptune, at least to where it becomes more internalized. And so if there's any type of haze, if there's any type of confusion about who you are, about where you're going, your life path, really listening within could give you the intuitive awareness. It's not going to be the conscious awareness, but it's going to be an intuitive type of awareness that I think could, in a sense, give you clarity and a spiritual type of clarity. And in that way, then this week, I think it's good just in general, though, to work on yourself spiritually, to go within, get that meditative time, really work on your acceptance, your maybe even psychology, spirituality, whatever it is that really helps you understand your soul on a deeper level, and all the layers of self that we've attributed to ourselves that now Neptune is dissolving in the first house. And that's why these spiritual activities are so important, like meditation, because it can help you really access the core of who you truly are and find the peace that is within you. And this is such a great week to be developing that kind of thing, and even bring in that peace into your career, into your work, which is that Saturn in that 10th house. So now in terms of relationships, you guys do have a lot of supportive energy this year. Jupiter's in your 7th house. You have their North Node in that 7th. You guys are learning a lot about relationships. There could be opportunities coming through relationships. So just such a great area for you guys to cultivate. It is seen by your sun. The sun is going to be squaring Chiron on Wednesday. So on that day, you guys might be feeling a bit wounded or insecure about them. If so, then doing that inner work, the acceptance of those feelings, of those wounds, is the key. It's the redemption of all aspects of self. And that does then create the transformation and the rejuvenation for the rest of the week there. But generally, still such a great time, I think, for cultivating new and existing relationships. Now, in terms of your work life, again, we touched on that, which is that Saturn in your 10th house. It's reflective. It's good to, take on healthy responsibility here, be open to responsibility with your work, I believe. And also in terms of the moon, because the moon rules your 6th house of routine. So following the lunar cycle helps you guys understand more about your day-to-day life. And that's normally the case because the moon's kind of like that day-to-day. So if you do want to see more about your work or your daily life, do watch the dailies where you can see exactly what aspects the moon is forming during the week. But generally, we are going to be approaching a full moon next Monday. So as we approach this weekend, the moon is gaining energy. It's gaining that insight. And I think a lot of that insight could be about your work environment, as it often is once a month. Now, in terms of the finances, a lot of things are maybe up and down with this. You got Uranus in your 2nd house, which has been a major theme for about the past 6 years. So that is actually supportive this week. In fact, the sun will be sextiling up to Uranus on Tuesday. So mixing up maybe something new. Something new values, mixing it up. You guys might have a bit of wounds around it, though, because Chiron, who is forming those healing aspects, those more challenging aspects this week, is in the 2nd house. So if you do, again, feel those insecurities or doubts about the financial stuff, working on them, accepting them, this has a lot to do with your sense of self-worth, accepting your natural gifts, your natural abilities. All of this can help you rejuvenate, transform, and heal those wounds that you might have. And these aren't wounds that are necessarily external as much as they're just internal, right? And in terms of the external, though, I think Tuesday could be good for trying something new, mixing it up there. You are learning a lot about finances because your 2nd house ruler has been very close to that North Node. And this could be maybe through the relationship sphere. All right, so then that's the 4 key areas. Let's look at the general overview for you. Like I said, that Neptune's going retrograde on Monday, so there's this shift. There's more internalization about who you are and a spiritual development unfolding for about the next 6 months. Venus squaring up to Chiron on Monday. Like I was saying, there's a lot of this healing energy this week, and this could be with your emotions. So on Monday, just feeling them. If you're feeling that, this whole new moon, this whole lunar cycle, so much about your feelings and your emotions at the moment. This has been this 4th house new moon, so it's good to challenge yourself here. Challenge yourself with getting in touch with your feelings, with your sentiments, maybe developing your home life, your location, your family life, and even your health. 4th house, health, getting in touch with your body. And this is what it's all about. And you could be at a high point Monday of next week regarding all these new things with that. But on Monday, healing through acceptance, and then the rejuvenation could certainly follow. The sun squaring up to Chiron, that was the relationship. So with this one, there's some relationship healing taking place, particularly on Wednesday. So being open to that can be great. Then Saturn squaring up to Neptune exactly on this Friday and Saturday shifting point. This is a very slow-moving energy. Like I said, it's been in orb since November, but it is going exact for the 2nd time here. I think it's going to be a shift of understanding about this importance of responsibility at work and who you are and being patient with everything. I think it could be certainly positive, especially if you're open to challenging yourself there spiritually, psychologically. And like I said, next week, Monday morning, we have that full moon. It's going to be there in your 11th house, in fact. So you guys are coming to a high point with your aspirations. Maybe even awareness of your work and career, the satisfaction you gain from your work and career, which is that full moon in the 11th and very close to your 10th. All right, so Aquarius, have a great week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.